Hey, everybody. Welcome to the City Cowgirl podcast. It's your crazy cowgirl, Mizarella DeVille, and I'm here with our lovely co host, the Bourbon Barbie. Hey, girl.
Hola. How are
Um,
you
how you
doing today?
doing?
We don't ask each other how we doing. Bro, see, great minds think alike. Girl,
I mean,
Lord, I'm on roller coaster of emotions.
girl, I know that's right. I kind of
Lord,
feel the same.
man, some
It's
booty
been
water.
last month. May was amazing, but it was definitely had its ups and downs.
Okay,
Now,
man.
before we begin, I just had to shout out my
Hmm.
little son, the Prince of Diamonds. That was Isaiah on the
Period.
record this morning. Get it, get
Period.
it.
Period.
He's working on his music. He's only 4.
Okay, he about to be famous.
We're gonna get him
Uh,
famous. What you mean?
Okay, okay.
Y'all want a feature? Hit me up. My son will do
Period. You know,
it.
eh,
But yes,
man.
yes. So obviously today's episode is for the Cowboys. It's called Cowboys Health. We're doing an awareness edition because we want to bring awareness to their trials and tribulations. Now they tend to carry their burdens quietly and alone. So in light of it being their health awareness month, June, happy June everybody.
Mm.
We want to take full advantage. Let's educate everyone on some of the things they can't or don't really like to speak about. Obviously, we're not guys, so everything's a little bit one sided here, but we are trying to educate ourselves and all the cowgirls out there. We want to talk about their emotional and mental journeys. We want to get to the medical and physical. Obviously, like we said, we're not guys, so please enlighten us on anything that we get wrong on this episode.
Weekend. I know that's right. Oh, my
I
neck
don't
is
know about
itching.
you. Oh, I don't know about you, but I'm taking it easy today. So it is what it is. This is the episode. This is how it's gonna go. But we could definitely
But
start with the Cowboys' emotional and mental journeys because that's kind of what like makes them who they are. And you don't really you don't really ever hear them talking much about it. There isn't many podcasts or talk shows for guys where they're actually being honest about their feelings.
that's true. That's definitely true. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. It's definitely commonly, excuse me, known that men frequently like struggle with emotional isolation and loneliness and the pressure to meet traditional provider roles, which is very true. Honestly, I don't, for when it comes to, like, for example, me, I don't have a father figure in my life. So I can't really say if, like, his, like, emotional isolation or his loneliness and stuff would play a role in him not being able to be a father. But I do feel like since he was so young, he didn't really know what it was to be a father. But I feel like as you gotten older, you had, other kids to get it right. So, I mean,
Girl, I feel the same way
yeah.
because like that's how it was. My dad, like
Mm,
he wasn't there for us. He didn't go to court for me and my brother, but then he
mm,
had his other daughter, and he's in court, and he's doing all this for them. And it was just
mm,
like, I mean, I love my sister, and I wish she was still in our lives. So, like, I
mm,
wish when he did go to court, it actually did something positive, and it kept her here, but it didn't.
mm,
It's just not that. Now, when you talk about guys being younger, I know that from watching my partner become a dad,
mm,
um, I feel like they it takes a lot for them to step into that role fully,
mm,
like,
mm.
but, like, I was in his ear every damn day, like, "Dude, you a dad now. It's time to
Right,
change. It's time to do this. It's
right,
time to do that. Okay? I'm not
right,
gonna be mommy and daddy. You gotta learn."
right.
And, I think it it took him, it wasn't instant, like, the minute I heard my sons
Mm,
cry, I was like, "Okay, I'm all for this kid. This is my kid. I'm
right,
all for him. Everything I do
right.
now is for him." But,
Mm,
he wasn't there for his birth, so he didn't even get to experience
mm,
that. So
right.
it took him a little bit longer to step into that role fully, but I would call it an excuse. because
Mm,
if you're for your children, you're for your children. Uh,
right.
and obviously, if you want to be a present father, you're going to figure out how
Mm,
to do that. So I would give
yeah.
them benefit of the doubt in the beginning, but like you said, people have years to change their ways. If they don't,
Right.
it's on them, and don't ever take the blame. Don't ever take that responsibility upon yourself.
I definitely agree with that because it's just that, I am the firstborn for both of my parents, but it's just like, I have, on my father's side of the family, I have other brothers. So it's just that you were able to, I guess parent them, but I mean, you should have gotten it right at least, but shit, you still don't
Or
know how to
take
get it
what you
right.
learn. Yeah, take what you learn and apply it to your first child. Your first child is the reason you here today. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
but we just jumped into it. Okay
Man,
then.
yeah.
We're not here to
Okay.
bash, we're here to bring awareness. Fellas, we know it takes a little bit of time when you are, entering fatherhood, but don't let that be an excuse for your further actions, for sure.
Okay. Please don't use that
Um,
excuse because I hate that. I was young.
yeah, well, no, you're not young no more,
Right. You about to be in your 50s. Like, what the hell?
uh-huh. Dude, my dad still calls me leaving messages, and I'm like, hey, this is my new number. Okay, and are you buying me a new phone, a new number? No, why is you calling me?
Damn.
You don't do nothing else unless I'm cussing you out. Like, I shouldn't have to
Okay.
cuss a motherfucker out just for them to buy my kids some stuff.
Jesus.
But I digress. I'm not here to bash. I will say this is gonna be a really hard topic and episode for
Mm,
me because as much as I want to uplift guys, I have a lot of uplifting of myself I need to do because of the
mm,
pain guys have brought me. So I'm trying. This is me trying to be there for the fellas.
mm.
Okay. Because I'm not trying to let my past, affect my future like that.
True.
But let's get back to it. Loneliness, the pressure to meet traditional provider roles, and stuff like that goes unaddressed. When you said that, that kind of brought a couple things to my mind. First, obviously, there aren't many safe places for men to express themselves. I think gym is a healthy escape to an extent.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like when you build that testosterone and you build those muscles, if you don't know what to do with them when
Mm-hmm.
you step out the gym, you can become a
Right.
danger to
Right.
society. So you do have to, while you're working on your body, you do have to work on your mental. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why I want to say I think it's very important for guys to get therapy. And I do not think that that makes you weak or any
Right.
less of a man. I think that makes you more of a man because you're more aware of your mental state. And
Mm-hmm.
I've, with my partner Nick, when we met, he didn't have a lick of anything. You know what I mean? He didn't know how to
Mm-hmm.
address his emotions, and he had a hard
Right.
life. But and he did it by himself. He somehow he took some time away when we had our little separation. He didn't do
Mm-hmm.
therapy. He was somewhere else. That's not my business to tell. But when he came back, he seemed a little bit more aware of his
Mm-hmm.
emotions, and stopped taking everything that I was going through so personally.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and which needed to happen because, like, dude, you can't take on everybody else's problems and not address your own.
Right.
So now, like, we still get into it or whatever, but he tries to handle it better. I'm not gonna give him every fucking flower in the bouquet, but he can have one for
You
the
can have
times he
one.
tries.
Okay. Just one.
Now, obviously, you can't learn without failure. So there's been, failure, but there's been a lot of progress and a lot of achievement. And I can't say I've ever seen that in another person. So
Mm-hmm.
it's very, I just be like, what the fuck is wrong with guys? Because it's like, what the fuck?
Girl,
But
I
next,
ask myself that every day. What the fuck is going on?
man, but we gotta love them to an extent, I guess.
Yeah.
Just pick your man wisely. You can't uplift every man. Every man is not worth your time and effort, but and the same goes for guys picking their women. Okay,
Facts. Facts.
pick your women wisely, man, because you want to find a woman that is going to uplift you when you pour into her. You don't want
Mm-hmm.
someone that you're pouring into and they're just taking. That's just what
That's
it is.
true. That's true.
But
Sucking the life out of you.
right. And then we were talking about fathers, obviously. So father figures or any male positive male figures in your life is very important. And obviously
Mm.
that is something that the world has been lacking. And I it just confuses me because like if men were supporting men, then fathers would be, you know what I mean, dads to their
Mm.
sons and their daughters. So I
Right.
don't know. That's something for the male community to figure out. Because to me it's simple. It be there, fucking be there, you know.
That's it.
But for some reason it's so hard for some people, some guys, to be there and be the men that they
Mm.
need. Like how y'all are so disappointed in each other and judging each other, but y'all not uplifting each other, y'all not teaching each other. You know what I mean? How many guys are in a group, a message group of uplifting and positivity? You know what I mean? Now
Mm.
I know they got group chats and they're over here showing pictures of the girls nudes or whatever they want to do, but like how many are y'all actually like calling each other kings and uplifting and giving positive advice? There's very few.
Mm.
So yeah,
That's
father
true.
figures, without them, like I feel like that makes it 10 times harder for a guy to, you know what I mean, even learn about
Hmm.
themselves because I mean, I don't know. It's just it's definitely a controversial topic.
Right.
Um and then obviously historically men were taught to buck up, and like I have to be honest, I'm ashamed to say, but yeah, I done told my man, buck up buddy, like because like first of all, you got to know when to apply your emotions. Okay, you
Hmm.
cannot apply your emotions while your woman's applying them, then they're gonna go unheard, unnoticed, and unrespected. But yeah, you know, for the longest we were told men don't cry, men don't show emotion, yada yada yada, and I just think that that is so fake and so wrong. Now there is such thing as too showing too much emotion, yes,
Hmm.
kind of, that's when I feel like a guy is more in his feminine era. Like my son is very emotional because he spent so much time with me while I
Hmm.
was emotional. I was going through postpartum depression. You know, his dad was at work. Like so he has to that's why I'm so happy that he has his dad, because now that his dad is present, like here not working as much, he can teach him how to regulate those emotions. And I know that there's, even when guys have dads, I feel like the dads are always at work. So even then, it's hard for them to teach their kids that. So I think bonding with your kids are very important as fathers, and don't, you know, don't let work take all your energy. You know what I mean? Definitely
Mm.
save some energy for your home.
Right.
Um, but yeah, so I think that with them not being able to comfortably share their emotions, I feel like it's always been a struggle for them to even identify their emotions, because
Mm.
if they're not sharing their emotions with someone, they're probably not looking in the mirror and analyzing their emotions. That's really all I had. Like I was neglected as a kid, so I spent my best friend was
Mm.
my mirror and my cat.
Okay.
Okay, my panda cat. Okay, a real cat.
Period. Period.
So I did a lot of soul searching and looking at myself and being like, bitch, what are you saying this shit in front of yourself? You can't be saying like, but that made me very comfortable with my voice and sometimes
Mm.
even too comfortable. So you gotta have a balance, which I did not have, because instead of
Mm.
talking to my mirror, I should have been talking to my father. So and
That's true.
I keep referring to myself because I definitely feel like I spent the last decade in my masculine energy. Now I'm obviously not a guy, don't have a thing swanging, and when everyone looks at me, they see girl. But the struggles I went through, I can't imagine a fatherless boy. That sucks. That sounds awful. That sounds
Mm.
horrible. Um, but yeah, so let me continue. I
That's definitely
definitely,
true though. I agree with that. Like with
you
the
know,
father figure type thing. Cause
yeah,
some men are taught like, the you can't show any weakness, cry or being like crying or stuff like that, because that's a sign of being weak. I don't get that. Like how is you expressing how you, like something makes you emotional? Cry about it. That's you being human. That's not you being weak. Whether you a male or a female, that's not you being weak at all. But I know mostly males get that because they just like I know like back then they used to like if a little boy cries, technically you wouldn't be considered. They would call you a sissy for that. But
I think a lot of that comes from having mothers, single
hmm
mothers. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Because like we talked about earlier,
hmm
we can't raise our boys into men. We can
right,
try, but I tell you, we're shutting them down more than we're regulating them and teaching them because we're
right,
like I don't know. It's definitely a hard topic and a hard point of view, and
yeah,
it makes me feel like as parents we need to do more to educate ourselves.
hmm
Um, because like I'll let my son cry, I'll let him feel his
hmm
emotions, and he'll be, I'm so mad right now, and I'm like, that's totally okay, but you
right,
cannot come to my face screaming about it. Now, when you're
right,
ready to talk, yes. But there are also moments where I'm straight up overstimulated and I'm like, you know what? No, get your ass in the room. Like, you're not gonna do this to me today. So
right.
it come when it to me it comes down to the parents 100%.
Mhm.
But I also know that I haven't had a damn break since my son was born.
Mm,
So if I had a break, you know what I mean? If I could call my mom and be like, yo, come get these kids, I need some time to regulate and figure out how to deal with this next time. I
right,
can't do that. So I'm in the mood, like, so I'm up at night beating myself up like I should have given my son more recognition. So I try
right.
to do it the next time. But
Mm,
even then, we're doing our best, and I can't guarantee it every time because I don't know how I'm feeling every time, you know.
mhm.
But it's yeah, it's hard.
That's
I
true.
feel for men 100%. I feel for the Cowboys to a T, especially the
Mhm,
ones that are fatherless. But at some point, you got to parent yourself and do everything that you wish you were taught, so that you can teach the next generation. And it don't even have to be your own kids. I think it's so important. Like I think coaches are important. You know what I
mhm,
mean? Like they're super vital to little boys in their bring up. Coaches teach them so much that their parents don't teach, and especially if they don't even have that parent to teach them. So like
mhm.
I think, you know, it's important for guys to give back to their community 100%.
Yes. Factuality. That's facts. I definitely agree. Definitely agree. It's just sad though. It really is sad. But it's
Yeah.
a struggle for. But I feel like it's with men, and it's just with a lot of people too. Like you don't know how to. Sometimes you don't have the words to be able to express yourself. You can't find the words to fathom it because it's just like it's a feeling, but you don't know what word would describe that feeling. Like you'd be like, I don't know how to feel. I just mm. And some people don't like to share their feelings because they feel like those type of feelings you. Well, for me, I've heard some people say they don't like to share how they feel because they know people are going to use that against them. I've had that happen to me before, so it's just like for you to throw something that I went through in my face, it's like a way of being an asshole. You know, it makes me not want to share nothing with nobody else because it's just like if it didn't stop you from doing it, I know it ain't gonna stop nobody else from doing the same shit you did. So,
I mean, I get that, but that's the risk of being vulnerable.
mm,
And I think that that should not be an excuse to stop sharing your emotions.
right,
I think if it's being thrown in your face, then you're just not picking the right person. But
mm,
the only way to know that is to become vulnerable enough to share your emotions and your
facts,
feelings.
facts,
Um, I know that's easier said than done when it comes to men, for sure.
mm-hmm,
But
for sure,
like,
for sure,
I feel like women are so understanding that if you
mm,
just explain, okay, you feel this way, but why?
mm,
And not use it as a blaming tactic. You know what I mean? Well, I feel
right,
this way because you did this to me. No, 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 no. Dig deeper. Why do you really feel this way? What the hell happened to
right,
you as a kid to make you even think that this would lead to that feeling. You know what I mean? Uh,
Mhm.
so I think vulnerability is really important for women and men. But I just know that we as women are very understanding. So
Mhm.
if you're not speaking, what do they say? Closed mouths don't get fed, baby. You
Exactly.
know, you got to speak
Facts.
up. And
Facts.
if you don't know how to communicate it to your woman, then take some communication classes. Go to therapy, work it
Mhm.
out through with your therapist, and then bring it to your table. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But a lot of the time, I think it's hard for them to express it and not blame someone else on their feelings. And I think that's for everybody. I think it's easier to blame your feelings on the next person. So I like to do a lot of I feel. When you do this, I feel attacked.
Mhm.
Your intentions may not be that to attack my character, but baby, that's what I feel. So how you're
Right.
communicating to me is not working, you
Right.
know? So it's just
Right.
communication, like the number one lack thing in this damn world next to fathers.
That's facts.
Communication.
Communication is key, but comprehension is key as well.
Yes, do not listen to defend yourself. Listen to understand,
Mhm.
you know? And it's hard because obviously we're two strangers coming together trying to make it work.
Mhm. Right.
We're not always gonna communicate the same. Like me and Nick, we could say the same thing, but he'll have to like say it in a way that he can understand it. I'm like, okay,
Mhm.
no, that's not what I said. I no longer understand what the hell how you comprehended that. But like he'd be like,
Right.
no, but I understand what you, and I'm like, how? You said something completely different. Hey, whatever. But if you're telling me you understand, I'm gonna hold you to that standard of understanding, you know?
Right. Right.
So it's tough. It's definitely tough.
It is. I think it's all just a work in progress. Like we're all still learning. I feel like as we get older, we're still learning a lot of things about ourselves and about others as well, even if we don't know them. But I think we all change, as the time goes along.
Yeah, I
So,
think the most important thing about growing up is the unlearning that we have to do as humans.
man, I'm saying it's a lot of things. I feel like as I got older, it's certain things I don't tolerate anymore that I did when I was younger. So, but one thing I did learn is that I have to be more expressive with how people make me feel. If you do something to me and I don't like it, sometimes I won't say nothing. I'll just distance myself. And then if you ask me, I don't respond like, "Oh, it's nothing," when I know damn well it's bothering me. So like, what the
Speak
hell?
up.
Like,
Speak up. Because if you want your guy to speak up and tell you how he feels, you gotta do the same.
right, right. That's true. But since you were talking about the historical facts, I did end up finding this article from this website called theconversation.com. And I was just, going on Google, just searching up some stuff, and I came across this website. Now some of the information I know some will have problems with, but it does need to be said. Because it does have a big effect on, our brown skinned cowboys. Their mental health. That yeah, and
Cowboys.
the chocolate ones. Come
Ooh, so
on,
tasty.
okay, bruh. Oh my
I'm
god,
sorry.
yes. Okay, toss some so taste. I can't with you, bruh. Oh my god, yes.
Nah, I'm into the white chocolate ones, but hey, there's some very handsome chocolate cowboys out there. I can't deny
The,
that.
the the chocolate ones is my weakness. Get me on. I don't even
Girl, I'm
care.
gonna find you one down here,
Okay.
make you move. But
Okay.
all
Listen.
right, what'd you find in that article?
So the article said, so there's this test that they do called the implicit association test. And this test is to basically see how our subconscious comprehends certain things. So like for example, they would show the faces of black males and the test would show basically it's testing to see like happens, especially for mostly it was like mostly for like white men, that as soon as you look at like a black person, you don't think anything positive towards them. It's instantly just negative, which is sad because it's just like we're not as what I wouldn't say as a black community and just like as black men period, just black people period, you shouldn't have been looked at as something negatively only because you probably had like a something you did was just bad, and so automatically right off the bat you just have the face of a fucking criminal right off the bat. When I just don't, I never understood that. Like to think that probably some people look at us and be like, damn,
Well, that's kind of
walking this
like
you.
the you see an emotional black woman. Now she's the
Mm-hmm.
angry black woman, you know.
Right,
So
right.
I remember you telling me about the test and everything about how they
Mm-hmm.
freaking tested like or they did the little questionnaire or whatever on
Mm-hmm.
like 450,000 freaking people.
Mm-hmm.
And the like that just blew my mind, but
Mm-hmm.
like at the same time, duh, like look where we came from historically. You know what I mean?
Right,
Black people were slaves more than they were free for a minute,
right.
and we've always had to fight for our equality and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? I think it's just easier, like and generational stories will bring you, bring down the view of black people. And I just think, like, girl, I'm out here in the South, girl.
Mm-hmm.
There's still stories about black people being hung and them ringing it up as a suicide. No, dang well, we don't go out that way, baby. We don't go out that
Okay.
way. Okay, we don't go to
Man.
the woods, some random ass woods, and hang ourselves. We don't do
Uh,
that.
okay. And we ain't that I ain't
So
that crazy now.
right, but that infuriates me because
Mm-hmm.
it's true. It's
Mm-hmm.
100% true. Like, yeah, then when
Mm-hmm.
they look at us, they just judging. They ain't looking at like, dang, his that you know what I mean? They've been through a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Let me
Right.
uplift this motherfucker. You know what I mean? And even some people in our generation still judge. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
I gotta make it known that the gangsters of the black culture do not make it easier to switch our views. Okay, now, Cowboys, the chocolate Cowboys, they deserve, you know what I mean, the benefit of the doubt. The respectable black men deserve the benefit of the doubt. They deserve to be looked at as respectable black men. But those little street runners and them gangsters and all that, they're making it harder for everybody to view the culture as a whole. They're the you know what I mean? They're showing their ass. Like, girl, man, they still out here criminal and being criminals out here.
I think more. I
Like,
just feel like for that, it's always been that for years, whether it's gangsters or not. We just always been looked at as bad, even when we were slaves. Like to treat us like we just the scum of the earth is crazy because half of the shit that half of the other races know came from black people. So how do you
yeah,
look at
I
us
agree.
as negatively when some of the shit you know or has been created was done by a black person, but want to be covered up as somebody that white that did it?
I just
How do
wish
you?
that the gangsta mentality, like as cool as the music is, as cool as the group with the Straight Outta Compton movie with you know what I mean, 50,
Mm-hmm.
50 not 57, but Ice Cube and all that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I respect that because at the time they was fighting for the culture. They was fighting, but
Mm-hmm.
the education just wasn't there to be like, yo, this is music. Yo, don't actually, you know what I mean? Some of the shit you don't actually do. And I just hate that
Ooh.
they've painted a picture of the black culture as a whole as gangsters. Because now there are some girl, I just watched a video earlier. This man is in all red, talking his shit at a gas station in North Carolina, pulls out a replica. Okay, not a BB gun, not a blue water gun, a replica. This thing don't even go bang bang. That motherfucker got shot at because he waving it like, and this man is like 40, 50 years old. Like,
They just be doing stuff.
that's what people see though. That's what the news
Mm-hmm.
shows. That's what the world idolizes.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's messed up. And I think we've had it hard since day one. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Since slavery days. And I think they made it so that if they were going to uplift a black person, they had to be beneficial to the white culture. And I think that's
Mm-hmm.
bogus. Um, but yeah, it's straight bias still. I'll give you that. And I wish that the positive black men, the ones that are on their P's and Q's, would form some sort of coalition. You know what I mean? And try to be more of the face of black people. You know what I mean? But it's just so much easier to show all the negative that now the whole damn population, myself included, sometimes I'll look at a black man and be like, oh yeah, no, nah, nah,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta go. Cause I'll run you over because you didn't piss me off or you did some shitey ass shit,
Jesus.
some inhumane ass shit.
Right.
But I also look at white people the same way. Like, I know if you had a chance, you'd hang a motherfucker, and now you got to get out of my face. It's hard
Right.
being mixed, bro. Because I'm like, I see all this shit. I see the good in all of it. I see the bad in all of it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But to think that they tested that many people, and they're all come to the same conclusion, that sucks. Because
It
it's
does.
really not. It's just I feel like the positive and the black men that are on what they're supposed to be doing in life, I just feel
Mm-hmm.
like, they're wrapped up in survival and stuff like that. So they can't pour back into their community.
Mm-hmm.
And like, do you really want all eyes on you? When you're actually doing
Right.
something, you don't want to be doing what you're supposed to be doing, and then someone come and be like, accusing you of something. So I definitely feel like
Facts.
they push black men up against the wall every time.
That does. And that's why it's very, it definitely has a big effect on black men on their mental health because, you know, a lot of like, the lawyers and the doctors and judges and stuff like that, it's all white men. So, you know, that's it's crazy because it's like, what is the reason for like when I wish I could have read it like a little bit more into like what the article has said, but it's just like it's making it seem like, let one person do something bad, now all of us is bad. Like, oh,
Yeah,
that person, okay, this person did this. Okay, now I feel like you gonna do it. You're doing it, you're doing it, you're doing it. Like just
but
because
they
that
want to
person fucked
let
up
them
don't mean
tell
it's
it
gonna be
though.
me.
Right, and but they want us to be like, "Oh, you're not your slave, your slave owning ancestors. You're good."
Mm,
No, if
mm,
y'all gonna continue to judge us and judge the black men, like, then you can't be mad when you being judged.
right.
I will call out a racist so quick,
Mm,
okay? And I do not tolerate racial slurs and comments. That shit
mm,
pisses me off. Like, it's disgusting and it gives me the ick. Joking or not, I don't give a fudge. Do
right. Ain't
not,
nothing funny.
do not ever crack a slave joke in my face. I'm gonna smack the shit out you.
Facts.
I'm gonna smack
Okay,
the shit
for real. And it's crazy because you said that because this actually, I remember this. I remember like maybe just like a couple months ago, me and my mom went to the grocery store. My mom, she has a handicap thing. So we parked in the handicap spot. We get out the car and this old white man, we hear him say, "Oh, you don't look like you're handicapped." Hmm? I didn't
I'm
know
like,
I
well,
had to
sir,
be
you
in a
don't look like you
wheelchair.
got a brain now, do ya?
Right. Like I didn't know I had to look like I had a disability to have a
Yeah,
disability.
that's ignorant. Like, if we want to talk about who's ignorant, it's them
Right.
uneducated white people.
Like,
Because
huh?
they,
Y'all
they
have
they they
to,
take the liberty and the audacity and the entitlement to open their mouth to say something so stupid.
right? Like,
Like,
my
go
bad. I'm sorry.
educate
Let me get my
yourself.
wheelchair out the trunk real quick so I can show you.
You don't got
Like,
to, baby. You got a card for a reason.
right? They ain't just gonna give it
They
to
ain't just handing
anybody.
them out. I wish they was. Shoot, I'm pregnant. I should have a
Okay,
card. I don't.
man.
I'm not over here. Oh, you parked it. No, we don't do that. We don't do that. Like that's the thing. Like, they so stuck in trying to
Mm-hmm.
call another person a liar, bro. We don't do that. We just mind our
Man.
business. Could you imagine? Hey, could you imagine if it was all like I can't wait for the day where it's all colored and biracial people. What they gonna do then?
Man,
They ain't gonna say a damn thing.
okay. The hell? Man, but for
Woo!
real, regardless of all that, like implicit bias is still bias. But it could also be a factor in black men's depression and how they view themselves, which is suck because it's like
Yeah.
if you're viewed as something bad, then all your life you're gonna even if you're like young that putting that in a young child's head that they feel like as they get older they're just gonna be judged. That's sad to
Bro,
think
that's
that.
how I felt. That's how I felt.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, I was a teenager, and this
Mm-hmm.
man was like, I don't know what these black NIGGERs are doing. And I'm like, baby, I got white in me. Do you want to see my
Oh,
mama? Don't ever try like, but I shouldn't have to do that as a kid. You know what I
okay.
mean? Like it was bogus. Like
Right.
they definitely, and that's where it starts. Like, what is these grown people judging kids like that for?
Shit.
Girl, we could go on and
Freaking
on about
kids.
this. But I want to
Well,
say, with that being said, I can understand why black men are angry. You got the whole world against you.
on your back,
You got the whole world
on your
against you.
side, on your
So you know
front.
what? And it sucks that you got to do everything like the world is watching, but they are. So act
That's
accordingly.
true.
Knowing that, act accordingly. And know that if you want to be a judge or a lawyer or something that is mainly filled with white men, you are gonna have to work 10 times harder. You know what I mean? You
Right.
are gonna have to play the motherfucking white man game until you get it, baby. Fake it till you make it. Do it the right way. Don't be fake gangstering like you know what I mean? Like the world wants you to, because that's what the world wants you to do is fake gangster. No, fake that rich man status until you
Oh,
get there. That's how I feel.
be you. Be who your mama taught you to be.
And if your mama ain't teach you, baby, go ahead and teach yourself the man that you
Right.
want to be. You
Learn
know,
yourself. Shoot, you'll find out a lot about yourself.
like I feel so bad for my brother right now. So my brother's in the pen. He's gonna do some years, and I know that if he had a father figure, a positive father figure, not no jailbird father figure like he had, then
Mm-hmm.
maybe he could have been something. He could have really applied himself. And he does. And
Mm-hmm.
he's shown me that he can. He
Mm-hmm.
done went and became a construction person that work on houses. Man, he
Mm-hmm.
did more college classes than me before I took my one semester. That man was actually in college for a little bit for mechanics. So then he's
Mm-hmm.
got a job being a mechanic. And I'm like proud of this boy. But without knowing what to do after because no one taught him, it's easy to let the anger override, and he lost his cool, and now he's doing time for a bad decision.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I feel for it because like I'm like shoot, I that's me. I'm one bad decision. We all one bad decision away from getting put up somewhere. But
Okay.
you know what I mean? I just know I don't fuck with jailbirds, so I never wanted to be one. You know,
That's
but
scary. Shoot, that's how my
when you're
brother
a
is
man
though.
and the weight of the world is on your shoulders and you don't have nobody you can turn to. You know how many times we done turn to my mama and she be like, "Oh, I don't know what to tell you. Pray,
Mm,
bro. That bogus as hell." Then
right
give
about
give
it.
get someone that knows or educate yourself. That's another thing with parents. They just so damn lazy. If you don't know something, educate yourselves. It's not for the expense of yourself. It's for the expense of your children. It
Mm,
always comes
yeah.
down to the parents. I can't, and you know what sucks? Because now we grown. We can't blame our parents. We have to take the responsibility to unlearn the things our parents taught us, to learn the things our parents didn't teach us, and all the while trying to survive in this bunked up world.
I definitely
But
can say that for my brother. He was very easily influenced. He did want that father figure and he did have it once upon a time, but things happen. But it did mess him up a lot. My brother wasn't really open like that. He didn't like voice what was wrong, but he did say that he really did want to have a father in his life. Like he wanted his dad to be there without, and the fact that his dad wasn't like he was an amazing kid. Like he really was. He was funny. He was hilarious. Hilarious. Like, bruh, he
I
would
wish I would
crack
have
me
seen
up.
him all grown up.
Girl,
Oh,
that boy get on my nerves. He when I tell you he has no filter, he has none, like none. And it was like, but with them, like when my mom and him have moved, like to Texas, he did end up getting influenced by the wrong people. So it did put him and he did go down the wrong path. But with what happened to him, I don't feel like that with what he was doing ended him in the wrong path. It was just wrong time, wrong person.
bro, Houston ain't a
So
place to just be walking around, you know? Houston
yeah,
is dangerous.
yeah, where he was at, you would have figured it was safe because you're in your apartment
Mm.
complex. Whether you wouldn't have think that was gonna happen. He's just walking around. He technically was going to go get. He had some. It was around Cinco de Mayo, literally around Cinco de Mayo. So of course, he was going to go get. Walking to go to the front office. I walking to go to the front office, and then somebody
Oh my
just you
gosh.
know he was on his way back. He was actually on his way back from the front office because something was wrong with the key fob to their door at the time. So he was going to go get a new key. And of course, him walking back home, somebody mistaking him for somebody that he wasn't.
Did they get
So
the guy?
they got him 2 days later.
And so is he doing time? What ended up happening to him? Life? Better be
So
one life.
no, he black.
No, life. Did he get life?
Oh, girl. Oh, I don't know what he got. We don't know yet because technically, he killed somebody in Louisiana. Uh, but he has like a long rap sheet of just shit he was doing, like a lot of attempted murders. Because I don't know what his problem is. So he killed somebody in Louisiana, then fled from Louisiana to Texas, and then he thought my little brother was in retaliation to the person he killed in Texas. I mean, the person he killed in Louisiana.
See,
So
that's
he's
that
in,
paranoia.
yep. So now he in Louisiana doing time for
They
what he
shouldn't
did to the
catch
other
him in
dude.
Texas. They would have gave him the death penalty and
They couldn't
hung his
because he had
ass.
the murder that he did in Texas was what I mean in Louisiana was what he did first before he killed my brother. So he has to serve that time first. And if they
And
ever
then,
was to release him, they already have a warrant out to get him here. Then he would come here.
okay,
But right now we don't know because we haven't even went to court for my brother's for his murder yet, and we don't know if we ever will with him being there. So
right, because he could do a life sentence up there, and then
yeah, yeah. We don't
that's
even know if the man's still
bogus.
breathing. To be honest, we don't know.
That's bogus,
Yeah.
and that
So
was so wrong. And I see, I can't stand motherfuckers like that. Like
right.
you doing shicey shit, and then you hot states, and you thinking like, come on, bruh,
It was
I
a
can't.
lot. It was
Yeah,
stupid. It was very stupid
it
situation. With
sounds
the fact
like
that you
it.
still in the apartment complex where you killed a man, then like why are you like if you're gonna do something, why would you stay in the same area you just did it at? Like that common sense would be to leave. You
Girl,
stayed
didn't
there.
have no common sense. Obviously,
He
he thought
didn't.
murdering people was okay.
Man, just for them to find him and he got the clothes and the weapon with him.
Good, that's a done deal. Lock his ass up for life and transfer him to a place that
Man,
does the death penalty.
for real, he gotta go. He
Nah,
gotta
for
go.
real. You know what?
Eh,
Ooh, I hope somebody get him up in the pen because
Oh,
that
so
ain't it. No, I hate that, and that terrifies me to step outside
every
because we
day.
all look like somebody.
We could be mistaken for somebody.
Exactly.
Man, you could be in a car with somebody that got a target on their back, and you end up getting caught in the mix of it. Hell, I was just gonna go to Burger King. What the hell?
Mm-mm.
Like,
I,
all because
that's
I'm
why
hungry.
that's why we moved to a small town. Like,
Mm-hmm.
because we were like, nah, y'all gonna know me. I'm the one with the blue truck. Ain't nobody
I'm
else with the
hollering.
blue shiny truck. So you can't mistake me for nobody, baby. And you know what? I was working and they were still asking me if I was related to somebody in the next town over. I said, hell no, I'm not from here. Well, you look
Okay.
like, no, I don't. I don't look like nobody. You know, hun. I'm not from here.
I don't know
Like,
you. Mm-hmm.
yeah, you don't know me. I don't know you, baby. Like, girl, I had to do that all the time. All the time when I was working out here. I'm like, nope, nope, you don't know me.
All
Hell
right.
no, you don't know me. I said, you'll never know me and you'll never know nobody like me. Like, I said it, so you
Okay.
don't know me, baby. But
Man, like, oh, you look
let's
like one
get
of
back
my.
to
No, I
it.
don't. I don't look like nobody, you
Mm,
know. I don't know who that is. I had a girl tell me that. I went out to eat. She was like, "Ooh," she was looking at me. She's like, "You look like this girl I used to be friends with." I said, "Mm-mm, I
nope.
don't. I look like me. I
Mm.
just moved
I
here."
mean, call me cocky. I don't
Yeah,
care. They kept telling me I look like
man.
this girl. They kept telling me I look like this one family. Now he was like, the girl got like 12 kids. Man,
Uh
them kids make the news all the time. Baby, don't tell me I look like them motherfuckers.
oh. Like,
Not
that
they
ain't
finna come
me,
fucking with me. Nah, I'm not finna
man.
make the news, so don't put me in that damn category.
Right, man. I don't look like nobody. I look like my mama. That's it.
Oh man, it's
Yeah.
hard to stay on this topic. All right, Cowboys hell.
Okay,
Hell no.
bruh.
You up,
Oh,
girl?
one. Oh my God, I thought it was you still. Okay.
Right.
Bro. Okay, so now after we done did all that, now let's
Mm.
get back to our lovely men. Mm. I wish you could do like the little thing like how SpongeBob do it. Imagination with the rainbow. I wanted to do that so bad. Oh my
Hey,
gosh.
if you download that sound effect, I can definitely add it while we're recording, like next
Bro.
topics or whatever. Look, now you got me going.
For real. Imagination. I love that.
Yay.
Man, okay, so I feel like it definitely, but all that, that's going on with, men not being able to express themselves and whatnot, it definitely does begin with their bring up, like their father's involvement. It is very detrimental to boys becoming men, especially involved fathers. Basically involved fathers provide, like, warmth, and they engage in, like, rough housing, like play fighting, football, basketball, all sports. That's basically what you learn from, starting young, and as you get older, that's probably something you would want to pursue, or, help your children, regulate their emotions, or build confidence and reduce like delinquent behavior, and sometimes even with the father figure in life, some men probably still do be being bad, but
Oh
I feel like for
yeah.
all of us, it's a learning experience. We all do things I feel like, our parents wouldn't approve of. At the same time, it's just that you probably did some shit young as a kid too. So it just said, let me make these mistakes, because that's the only way I'm gonna learn. I have to, I'm gonna have a couple bumps in the road. I have to learn on my own. I can't always be babied. You can't always hold my hand. Let me do this shit on my own.
See, and that's
It's
the
definitely
importance
that.
of fathers, though, is that tough
Mhm.
love. You know, I know nothing about tough love. I just know
Mm-mm.
abandonment or neglect. But I learn a lot from
Oh my
watching
god.
my partner be a father.
Right.
And, it took a lot. Like, he used to tough love. And I'm like, get out my house. You are not tough loving my baby like that.
I'm
But now I'm
screaming.
like, shoot, this one I got on my nerves. Go ahead, Dad, handle that. Like,
Yeah.
go ahead and take that tablet away or whatever you need to do. Go ahead, spank that
Mhm.
boy butt if that's what needs to happen. But it took a lot because I'm like, no, no, I don't know what this is. I've never experienced it, but
Right.
you have to know what tough love means though. That don't mean you
Mhm.
just go whooping ass every time they mess up. That's not tough love.
Mhm.
Tough love is it's very distinct, and you need to do your research. I don't need to do my research on tough love because I don't plan on giving my kids tough love at all. That is for their father to do. So I'm not doing it. I'm trying to,
Mhm.
and even then, naturally, I give them tough love sometimes. Well, that's too damn bad. You're going to eat that food right there. You're not going to have any
Okay.
snacks. You know what I mean?
I'm
But
tired of this
it's,
grandpa.
yeah, that's how I feel when I say stuff. That's too damn bad. Girl, that
Bruh.
plays in my head all the time because I'm like, I'm tired of this. I have to tell myself that's too damn bad, B. So I'm telling my
Bruh.
kids that's too damn bad. If I gotta tell myself that's too damn bad, I'm gonna tell you that's too damn bad.
Okay, for real.
But to
Mm-mm.
spiral off that father involvement, which I mean, we're gonna say and repeat things of the same likeness because I don't
Mm.
think the guys are hearing it. Like, fathers, step into that game and step fully into that game. Obviously, attachment and parenting styles are important, alongside father figures. You want to secure attachment. You want your kids to secure their attachment to their caregivers. You want
Mm.
your kids to trust you. You want your kids to believe you so that they, you know what I mean, so that you can guide them correctly. As parents, we bring the foundation for emotional resilience. Okay? Like I said, you can't just go whooping butt because the kid is crying. No, if you're
Right.
going to discipline the kid, you need to
Mm.
explain why they're being disciplined and how they should act next time. And Early childhood experiences are everything. Now, my son had it
Mm.
rough. He done seen some things he shouldn't have, and I feel for the boy because I can tell
Mhm.
because of how he can't control his emotions.
Ooh, excuse
So
me.
I try my hardest to give him a lot of warnings. I try my hardest
Mm.
to do the gentle parenting, but
Mhm.
he didn't see that in the beginning. You know what I mean? He saw a lot of negativity. We were always on the road trying to survive and make a dollar for, our hotel rooms and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Then he saw his mom struggling as a single parent. Like he's done seen the struggle more than I ever wish he did. So he's 4.
Mm.
I got the rest of our lives to change and make it more of a positive impact. But what's done is done. You know what I
Right.
mean? And because I didn't have parents to call on, to look up to, I
Mhm.
I was learning off them damn parent videos on Instagram and Facebook. And I just was thinking like, yo, can you imagine all the parents that didn't have social media or these, you know what I mean, that had to
Right.
pick up a book when there's no time to pick up a book. So I understand why there's such a lack and disconnect when it comes to parenting in the past, but we have no excuses. We have not one excuse on why we should lack as parents. So I definitely think it's important because early childhood experiences can result in insecure attachments, impacting romantic relationships and stunting their mental growth.
Mhm. That's definitely true. That's I definitely can say that I know my foot. Like that's a lot of things that I feel like, when it came to like relationships and stuff with men that I feel like, you know, I don't know. See, as when it comes to relationships with a man, I feel like of course, you would want to look at, how your father figure, the father that you have in your life, your actual father treats like your mom. So with me not having mine there, I don't know. I just, what I thought was love wasn't love. So I
Same.
just accepted anything. And it was at moments where I realized, you do realize like you're hurting yourself by continuing to stay in a situation with someone that you're not being treated, that's not treating you right. And it's like, I can't really say I'm mad at that person because he didn't have a father figure either. His father figure wasn't in his life. So he's just, you know,
But we can
you
give
know,
them the excuses and the benefit of the doubt. But what they show
yeah,
you is what they show you. And if they're not
right.
willing to educate themselves and change, then you have to accept that as well.
Yeah, in the beginning it was a more like, you don't have like, someone to tell you, show you how to love a woman. But then as time going on, I realized I'm explaining to you, how I feel and how you're making me feel, and you continue doing the same shit. Okay, now you fucking with me. Now you play with my emotions because now you realize what you're doing. I told you what you was doing and you're still doing it.
Well, and even if they don't understand, even if they heard you and they think they understand and they're showing that they don't, they're either incompetent or incapable. And they need to respect that they are incompetent or incapable and let you go. Um, but yeah, I think that brings you to the next topic 100%.
Role modeling. Definitely. Parents, their parents' own relationship quality it often informs how men treat their partners and fostering either secure or shaky adult relationships. That's why it's important for your parents to try to provide a healthy and stable relationship, whether they be together or co-parenting. Yeah, I definitely can agree with that. I definitely can say that I have talked to a friend who is somewhat struggling with his, co-parenting or whatnot with his. And I told him, I was like, y'all are nothing but bad for each other. If every time y'all try to work it out with each other and it doesn't go right, co-parent. It's not that. I mean, I don't know. I can't say it's not. It doesn't sound hard to me because I'm not with somebody. I'm not dating anybody that I have kids with. I don't have kids. I have animals that are my children. So I don't have human children. So I can't say that it's not that hard to co-parent with somebody when I don't know firsthand what it feels like to be with somebody and have a kid with the person. So you know, I don't know.
Right. No, like for me, like role modeling. I'm gonna start with I did not
Ooh.
have a good role model when it came to love. Okay. My
Mm,
mom, she did her best to keep the men out of our lives, but then there was a point where she just kind of said, fuck it. And
oh,
that was
well,
at a very vital time in my childhood where I needed her to keep them
mm,
away. She never brought anybody around that like abused me or anything, but
mm,
their relationships weren't healthy. It was a
mm,
lot of it was a lot.
yeah.
And it left me thinking, okay, it's okay for guys to use me for sex. And um yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't good for me.
Yeah.
So now I'm in a place where like I've definitely wanted to co-parent with my partner because like
Mhm.
there's times where it's like our kids should not be seeing us losing our fucking top. But at the
Okay.
same time, we know that we don't have anybody to call to remove our kids out of our hands, so
Mhm.
we can figure out how to give ourselves a healthy opportunity. So
Right.
I'm very big on trying to get us into couples therapy because um a lot of what gets in between us is our childhood traumas.
Mhm.
So it sucks because I know sometimes that I traumatize my kid on how I react,
Mhm.
but I also know that having their parents together is the most important thing for us
Right.
as a
Right.
family. So it's a lot. It's a lot, especially
I
when you're
bet.
having to learn as you go and stuff like
Mhm.
that. But I just know that if there ever comes a day where I feel like, all right, bro, you're not trying to grow with me, I'm gonna have to let him
Mhm.
go. But he
Right.
tries his hardest, and it's not always when I say, you know what I mean? Sometimes it takes some time, just like sometimes it
Right.
takes me some time.
Right.
But, when you don't have that role modeling support, even as adults, it it affects everybody, like I
Right.
remember when I moved into my grandpa's house after
Ooh.
having my kid, and my mom's like, oh, you're just doing tradition because she moved into her grandpa's house. Honey, that's not the same. I should be moving into your house, not your father's house.
Right. Right.
And why would you want your kid to carry on such a toxic tradition? You shouldn't
Mhm.
want that. So you should step up and
Right.
contribute to better. But she didn't. So, I'm entirely alone. And honestly, my partner is all I got. So sometimes like as much as like we shouldn't be together in moments, there's nowhere for us to go. We're all
Right.
we have.
Right.
So it puts me, I feel torn all the time. Like, am I a good role model for my kids? Am I
Ooh.
teaching them, you know what I mean, the right things? Or am I teaching them the wrong things? And I wish my kids didn't have to see me emotional every single time I'm emotional, but
Mhm.
there's nowhere
Mhm.
to go. There's no one to call. So
Mhm.
I just know I'm building some strong ass fucking humans because they're going to have a story of, yeah, my parents, they fought in front of us. Um and I'm hoping that one day we can all do family therapy and explain to them,
Mhm.
just because you've seen it. doesn't mean it's
Mm.
right, but
Right.
we pride ourselves in not giving up on each other, you know?
Right.
Like
That's
I
true.
and it's hard because like I said, we've traumatized each other. Me and my partner have
Mm.
traumatized each other since from the jump. We were two hopeless
Mm.
as people, hopeless as romantics, thinking, "Oh yeah, let's just have fucking kids," before even getting to know each other.
Oh Lord.
And obviously there are parts of him that I fucking can't stand and vice versa.
Mm.
But that's the complications of getting together, let alone getting together and fucking having kids.
Mm.
And I think it's a lot easier for people to, just be like, okay, fuck it, we're done, put you on child support and call it a day. But the strongest will figure out a way to co-parent without assistance. The strongest will figure out how to be a family no matter what. So I want to
Mm-hmm.
say that I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Now, of course, I'm dealing with a lot, childhood traumas, teenage traumas, adulthood traumas, not investing in myself. This is my healing journey, for a reason, because
Mm.
I know that in order to be the best mother that I want to be, I have a lot of healing that I need to do. And
Right.
damn, if they would have told me that shit's hard as an adult, let
Girl,
alone a mom, bro, there's no time for
listen.
you. So like I put myself on hold and I know that can lead to damage. And that's why I'm like, okay, y'all, I'm sorry, I can't put my healing journey on hold anymore because it has to happen in
Right.
order for me to be the best that I want to be for you guys, you know?
Right. Right. That's true. I definitely had to get to the point to where I was just like, I gotta stop telling people that I'm good, I'm fine, I'm all right. Hell, I'm not okay at all. And I know
Yeah.
I'm not okay. And I know, and I think I just learned to cope with just being okay. Because if I tell you I'm not okay, then what are you gonna do about it?
Yeah. Now you're just hurting again all over again for
Right. You
someone
can't help
to
me.
judge you or pity you or whatever. I feel
Right.
that.
Yeah, because it's just like I get, they say talking about your problems might, it might help you better to express it, to talk about it. But it's just like, talking about it, the problem is still gonna be there, whether I talk about it or not. So
Therapist, girl. Get a therapist. I
I
promise you,
tried
as soon
that.
as I get this baby out of me, give me a therapist right now. Like I'm on it because
Hmm.
it's so important to who you're talking to.
Right.
You cannot tell everybody the shit you've been through. And
Yeah.
that's been my biggest mistake on my journey is I'm an open book, baby. I'll tell you everything from the start to the end.
Right.
But not
Right.
everybody deserves to know all of you like that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's why it's like you be very be very selective with what you say. I always like say certain things only because it's certain ways I'll act only because of like something that may have happened to me in the past. It's not just, me saying it just to say it. Like I want to let you know if I act a certain way, it's because of something that I went through. Like it took me a minute to be more open and vulnerable with a man with something that happened to me younger, so it really put a damper on the trust that I have in men, but also not having a father figure. I was searching for that love from a man, from a father, through a relationship, and I realized I can't do that. I'm hurting
Girl, I
myself in the
just
matter.
yeah, Nick is my
Mm.
first relationship where I'm not looking for a father. I don't want a
Mm.
father because I am a
Mm.
fatherless child and I need to
Mm.
own that and I need to
Mm.
accept that. So
Right.
he's the first person that I ever like did not look for a father in.
Mm.
Um but you also have to be careful because sometimes they'll hear what you went through and
Mm.
instead of being like, "Damn, I don't want you to ever go through that again," they might,
Right.
"Oh, you've been through it before. You'll be all right." And it's just
Right.
bogus.
Like,
So it's
damn.
hard. It's hard to constantly be vulnerable while you're looking for love. I can get that.
I
But like
swear.
role modeling, positive relationships are everything for
Mm.
little boys. Peers, mentors, and mentors in childhood are strong predictors of a man's success. And not only that, is if they're given positive role models and positive peers and positive mentors, then they might just return the favor to society and
Mhm.
become a positive mentor. My
Mhm.
brother, we were in the Big Brother program, a Big Brother Big Sister program,
Mhm.
and that changed my life. I needed that. And that led to childhood therapy, and he had a lot of positive role modeling. It's hard to find the one
Mhm.
that works for you, but during that time you could see the positive impacts that were being
Yeah.
done. And when they
Mhm.
left, it was like we were deserted all over again. When they shut down the
Mm.
program, it was like we were being abandoned all over again. So when you do introduce, positive relationships with your for your children, you want to make sure that they have longevity. The
Mhm.
temporary and multiple people is not it. So you want to be smart and cautious and choose wisely.
Mhm.
But the goal is to raise our boys to the men that we want in society. And
Right.
that doesn't stop when they turn 18 or when they become teenagers and they stop listening to you. Now crack some butts if you got
Okay.
to. Do what you need to do. Make their schedule so busy they ain't got no time to think about running the streets. Like that's just what we have to do. And I think a lot of the time it's so hard being a parent because, like, okay, every day is something, right? And it's
Mhm.
year and year and year. And when we get to teenagehood, our parents are tired. That's when we need the discipline the most.
Right.
It's the closer we are to adulthood. So it's important, I feel like, to definitely think about not only what is happening now,
Mhm.
but the future of the boys and men that you're looking at.
Right.
Like I want my partner to be successful. I want him to
Right.
find his path in life. So, I poured everything I had into him, like,
Mhm.
and I give him everything that I have because he doesn't have a mom. And
Mhm.
I just know that a woman's love will create a superhero, a superman. So you do have to, you have to choose wisely and pour wisely. But it's
Mhm.
important to invest in men. I know that they seem like they got it in the bag, like they got, you know what I mean, they don't got much
Mhm.
emotions, or they're dumb or whatever, but they just need a little guidance too. Um, and yeah, so, but because I am a mother and I keep talking about our little boys, I'm going to take the moment to give some facts that will help fathers and just men in general for of
Mhm.
today's era and the future.
Period.
So we were looking for techniques that might help men address their emotions and help teach the younger kids how to address their emotions. I found a
Mhm.
technique called the 777. Oh, sorry, 777 rule.
Lucky number 7.
So it is really important to create positive vibes for younger
Mhm.
boys, because they are very active, very energetic, and they are looking for that connection off bat. So 7 minutes in the morning, you start the day positive, okay? Perhaps with breakfast together, make eye contact. If your kids are going to school, offer them some encouragement. Even if they're teenagers and they go to work, tell them you're proud, okay? 7 minutes after school or work, when you reconnect with them after the long day, put your phone down. Don't have the TV running in the background. Take them on a one-on-one mission. Check in with them, ask them open-ended questions about their day so that they can engage in communication, so that they do
Right.
become comfortable expressing their feelings. And
Thanks.
you want to listen without interrupting. And
Mhm.
uh that's important, to listen without interrupting. Let them express their feelings. If you have any questions after, sure, but do not judge.
Right. Right.
And then for both morning and afternoon, depending on their ages, you can focus on different things. For ages 0 to 7, you want to focus on playing. Do something fun. Take them
Mm.
outside, play a game, build some Legos. You
Go to Chuck E.
know,
Cheese.
girl, no, you can't do that every day. Something easy,
Bro.
that uses not as much energy because you know us parents be tired.
Right.
Um, from ages 7 to 14, it's very important to use that time for teaching. But you kind of have to approach it in a way that they'll be receptive.
Right.
So that's to each his own. Read a book on parenting if you need more advice on
Okay.
that.
Period.
Next age group is 14 to 21. Now, that is a lot of guiding and advising, but don't mistake that for telling them what to do. You just want to kind of be like, okay, I can understand that struggle. If
Mm.
it were me, I knowing what I know now, I would tell my younger self this.
Mm.
But you don't want to be like, okay, no, you just no, that's not okay what you did. Like, no, no.
Mm.
They're at an age where they'll be quick to shut you out. 14 to
Okay.
21, they just need guiding and advising. Hey, when you were my age, did you struggle with this? Yes, I did. And what I've learned since then is this. Or no, I didn't. But let's figure out if we can, contact someone who has, or if there's some education on it, you know. And then the last 7 minutes are the 7 minutes at bedtime. Wind down together, read a book, share a story, just provide a calm presence as they transition to sleep. And that's super vital because let me tell you, the couple minutes before bed, they be the wildest. So
Mm-hmm.
if they are wild, throw their ass up on that bed a couple times. Flip them around, do what you need to do, take them outside, make them
Bruh.
do sprints, whatever. And then create that wind down. But if you're just like, all right, it's bedtime, everybody needs to be quiet, wind down, it ain't happening the right way, you're just gonna get stressed out. Now, the benefit of the 777 rule is it creates enhanced connection. It provides dedicated time that builds trust and security. It shows them that you care and that
Mm-hmm.
you're pouring into them. It reduces their stress. Dude, yes. Like, these are big transitions for kids. In the morning when they wake up,
Mm-hmm.
it's a new day. They don't know what to expect. They may still be struggling from the day before. They might be emotional as hell. You know what I mean? Do
Mm-hmm.
what you can to reduce that stress. And it also helps parents feel less overwhelmed because you're creating a simple, manageable routine. You're not like creating something where, oh, now we got to go to Chuck E. Cheese every day. But you're creating
Bruh.
something that you both can do that benefits them the most. Just give them your time and attention. We're so wrapped up in our
Oh,
phones. We got to let that shit go when we become parents. Um,
man.
and it helps them focus on the presence. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I was always focused on the next thing to do. Always been that way. Still that way as parents. Um, but you want to give them undistracted attention, like I said, because that emphasizes the quality of relationships. That's something that I never learned. Quality of relationships. That's something that I feel is lacked a lot in society, is we don't know how to treat our relationships with quality, with
Mm-hmm.
with respect and sincerities. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we're all like, oh, like I was told, oh, friends come and go. I wish I was never told that. Okay, because friends don't have to come and go, and that made it easier for me to detach and just cut
Oh, excuse
somebody
me.
off or ghost somebody. And that's
Mm-hmm.
just because I had to tell myself a lot. As much as
Oh,
I want my mama, I got this. I can be what I need to be. I don't need love right now. That's me being selfish. Like, I told myself so much that I shouldn't have because I was alone so
mm.
much. So I just think that this 777 rule, and I think that benefits not just, this is something just fathers can do. Mothers can do it as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that it's very vital for a father to think about this rule because I know that fathers have the weight of the world on their shoulders. And
Right.
excuse me, it's easy to forget these things. It's easy to forget the bedtime routine or the morning routine, but it's so important for your kids. Okay.
Right. And that's a that was a lot. It's not really a lot, but that I never knew. I never even really heard of that. The
Me
777
either.
rule, but that's interesting to know. That's definitely vital information for newfound fathers to definitely do for their sons if they're ever stuck on what they should do or what they should start doing with their, their young
Yeah.
little baby boys or with
That's
their,
20
young
minutes
little
a
baby
day,
girls.
20
Mm-hmm.
minutes a day. Give it to your kid. You can break it up.
Right.
15 minutes to play. Give it to your kid. You can break it up. Whatever. Just do it. Just do it. Um, I think it's awesome. And I think like you can still even apply it to yourself. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Even if you don't have kids. All right, 7 minutes in the morning. Take
Mm-hmm.
that time to pour into yourself. 7 minutes after
Right.
work. Take that time to pour into yourself. 7 minutes before bed. Take that time to pour into yourself. It's it's kind of universal for everybody, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion.
Thanks. Thanks, Rose. I definitely agree with that. Now
Yeah.
with the oh my back, sorry. With the 7-7 rule, there also is a 3-3 rule as well. The 3-3 wellness rule, period. Anything with the word wellness in it, it sounds healthy. It gives off healthy. So
Which
three,
guys need
so
to know though, because I don't think that they
yeah,
pour into themselves a lot,
okay. That's true. That's
or
true.
they're
So
pouring into themselves in the wrong ways.
right.
Mhm.
Or, learning it off pouring it in from, especially if you don't have I would say a lot of men, I feel like where they get I always, actually, I can't even say where they get the information from. I think it's just based
Girl,
on
I
what
don't
they
know.
see as they get older and what men is doing is what they learn. I don't know. I don't
Mm-mm.
know. I would love to know because I be having questions as to why men do certain things. I'd be like, who told you that was okay? Like, where did you
Let's have
get
an
that
episode
from?
of why do you do this, man?
Yeah. That's what I want to know. Like, what made you do that? Like,
Yeah,
who
we,
told
we
you
can
that was
definitely have a
okay?
questionnaire episode in the future because we do
Right.
got a lot of questions and I'd love to hear the answers.
Okay.
Generally,
Man, it's not like to bash y'all or nothing. I just really want to know, like, what in your right man said that was okay. Like, I would love to know for real.
the videos that I've been seeing on the internet of how guys act in their relationships, I think they're all just clueless to an extent.
I'd be like,
Like I'm starting to see like damn, they're all just bubbleheads. Like there's bobbleheaded bubble brain.
"Dude,
So
listen,
I'm
I
hoping this
just
episode can help them a little bit stay on track.
man, okay. So Lord, with the 3-3 wellness rule, the first one is so three balanced meals per day. So three balanced meals per day means like focusing on eating three nutrition, excuse me, dense meals rather than constant grazing or snacking. So, you know, eat healthy meals, like full on
Yeah.
meals. Not don't just be thinking like, one of your meals is gonna be eating a bag of chips and drinking some juice. That's
Which
not
they
no
will
meal.
do if you don't cook for them.
Okay. Like I can honestly say my brother has some weird stuff that he would eat. Like he was fucking up his stomach. I can say that.
Mm.
This man would sit there and make a bowl of noodles, then make some tamales, then drink strawberry milk.
Let me tell you, when you
Like,
do that young, baby, that's gonna affect your future, your adult
right.
self. And that shit ain't gonna
Uh,
be fun.
like what kind of combination is that? Like that's you first of all, you threw me off with the milk. The milk? Like at least add some juice, but milk? Baby, I'm gonna pray for you. That's it. I'm gonna pray for you because I can't do it. No, I can't.
Uh,
No. So, and also with 3 liters of water, I love water. I love water. I think I drink what water is this? I think this is spring water. I love spring
yes.
water. Okay, spring water is
I
the
will
best.
say it's way better than purified water. Purified water makes me feel like I'm drinking like pop, flavorless pop. I'm like always
Ooh.
thirsty after I drink purified water. But when I drink spring water,
Mm-mm.
like it actually hydrates me. So definitely trade your purified in for spring.
Man, for real. But for 3 liters of water, it aims for like a significant hydration and often encouraged to be finished by mid-afternoon. See, I feel like, well, damn, I didn't know you're supposed to
Just
finish it
drink
by
it.
mid-afternoon. This right, I'm
Yeah,
about to say, just drink it.
yeah, just
Just drink
drink
the
it.
damn water. Just
As
drink the
long as you
damn
getting it
water.
in by the end of the day, you'll be okay.
Right, you be good. Just drink water. That's all. Like it, science crazy. Like I remember I was talking about how but some people can't drink water because they due to certain health issues they can't have water. It's people that are
So
allergic to
then I
water.
would say like do water-based foods, maybe like watermelon and anything that cucumber, anything that provides hydration in other ways, maybe.
Yeah, yeah,
Um
for real, and
but
fruits for
yeah, if you
real.
can't drink water, baby, then you can't drink water. There's not much
Uh,
I can help with that. You better see a nutritionist.
okay, listen, we ain't no doctors. We just here to help. We just give you the information. And then
Hmm.
3 hours of movement, so roughly 30 minutes of daily activity, such as walking or why I said walking or three, but walking or 1 hour workouts per week. Baby, I don't do none of that. I might walk a little bit, but I don't be doing all that now. I can
Oh,
only do
like
so
three
much.
1 hour workouts per
Yeah,
week. Okay.
yeah. You that's a I
That's
want to
for
get
guys though, and that's good though because that'll help with their libido, that'll help with
man.
managing their stress, their emotions. So I think exercise is like a great idea, 100%.
It is. It's very vital to, get some exercise. But you just sitting around, not moving, you're not building no strength in your muscles, and your muscles are gonna be weak. You're all gonna be
So
tired.
will your
So I
mental
definitely
state.
agree. It is. It really depends on your mental state too. If if your mental is mentaling, you gotta work on that mental first before you can go ahead and do other things. Because
Let me tell you
if you're,
something. When I was a teenager, I used to, when I was upset, I used to go barefoot down my street. And it's so funny. I used to have this old EGR valve from my Monte
mm,
Carlo. I would chuck the shit out of it down the street, back and forth. That was my exercise. And you know what, baby? It felt
mm,
good because
Lord,
I I got my frustration out. I got my stress out by chucking
mm,
something. And I did a lot of grounding because I would do it barefoot.
mm,
You
mm,
know what? When I started doing that, I didn't get in fight. I stopped fighting. I stopped getting physical. I just, I would let toxic people go a lot easier. And,
mm-hmm,
I kind of miss doing that. I done shared that with the wrong person. And you know what they did? They threw my
mm.
EGR valve out the damn window one day and I was pissed. Like, how
That's
could you
weak.
take
That's weak.
my thing that helped me? Like, it was
Right.
so wrong, but it helped
Okay.
me. Like, so I know like lifting weights and all that is it's good. You just need to make
Uh-huh.
sure that you're applying all that fucking masculine energy the right way.
Okay. So the common variations for the 333 rule is the wellness rule, sorry. The 333 routine. So 3 meals, the 3 liters of water, and stopping food intake 3 hours before bed. It was something that my mom told me that, with you having to wait maybe like 30 minutes to an hour before you lay down. Because if you lay down right after you eat, I think she said it was something like it messes up something in your body. It's like something I forgot because I'll have to ask her again. But to wait 30
I
minutes to an
remember
hour before you
learning
get in the
that.
bed. Yeah.
Basically, what I remember, because it was 10 years ago when I heard about it, was like it
Mm.
could lead to death in some cases if you
I
lay
think she did
down
say
too
that.
soon after
Yeah.
eating. And I was like, damn, that's the only
I
way I
didn't
could
yeah.
gain weight back then. So I'm like, damn, I lay down every time I after I eat. So like it was crazy for me to hear that. But yeah, in some cases
Right.
it could lead to death because you're not letting your fucking body process the way it should. Now the
Man, I think that's
three
what she said
hours
too.
yeah, the three stopping food intake 3 hours before bed. Hell yeah. Okay, it's
Man.
okay to wake up hungry. Okay. But to sit there, your food does not digest while when it's sleeping. Like at the rate it does when it's awake, it does not do it enough. So
Mm.
letting it sit and soak on the back side of your organ, your stomach organ.
Mm,
And now it's trickling and it's just coating all your intestines instead of flowing naturally because you'd be sitting up. So that's
mm,
it's definitely important. Also, it helps with heartburn,
mm,
nausea, to just not eat so close to your bedtime. So I try to keep my kids like I try to feed them, between the hours of 5 and 7 because I know that they're going to go to
mm,
bed at 9 and 10. And I rather them
mm.
snack a little instead of have
Right,
a huge meal right before bed.
right. That's true. Because then having a huge meal before bed, now you got to sit there and let them digest all that food before they get to
Yeah.
lay their heads down. 'Cause, baby, listen, I eat. So I be waking up at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, stomach be feeling like I didn't ate nothing. I'd be like,
Try a
Lord
heavier
mercy.
dinner, a heavier dinner, but still not eating 3 hours before bed. Just eat heavier.
Shit.
I don't know.
I make me a whole bowl of cereal and sit there and eat it in the dark. Be sitting there
Yeah,
happy.
the
And I go,
food eat or what is it? Sleep eating. Hell yeah, that's common. I just
man,
did that on my nap earlier. I went and cut me up a chocolate muffin, and I was on my way back to the room to lay down, and I kicked something, and I realized I had a chocolate muffin in my hand. I was like, oh,
bruh.
okay.
Like, oh, okay, here. I forgot about that. Yeah. Like, what the heck? I didn't fell asleep chewing before. Like, girl, you know how big that is to sit there and fall asleep while you eating? Like,
That I've never done.
man, even my friend, he told me one day, he said he woke up and he still had rice in his mouth. He fell asleep eating rice. I said
As a
that's
teenager, yeah. You know what's crazy? So I used to do everything in my bed. I was a room child. Man, I'd have pops, day old pops. I'd have water. I worked at Domino's, so I had a lot of
mm-mm.
Domino's food. But girl, I'd wake up in the middle of the night thirsty as hell. And you know how many times like I'd grab my damn nail polish remover thinking it was fucking water or a pop.
Bruh.
I used to wake up choking on this shit, like, what the fuck? Like, that's when I realized, like, maybe I should not smoke and keep fucking liquids next to me at night. Like,
Right, bruh. Not no damn nail polish.
now,
Oh
guess what?
hell.
I don't carry nail polish in my house. I haven't since I moved out my mama's house.
Really?
Cause yeah, cause that kept happening to me. Cause I used to paint my nails on
Mm,
the regular, and like I
mm,
used to be so tired at the end of the day that like I used to fall asleep doing schoolwork. You know what I mean?
mm,
So like everything would be in my bed, and it
mm.
just happened so much that like look, I painted my nails, and I'm over here peeling them off because I don't keep nail polish remover in my house anymore.
Right. Did you ever use that nail polish like when you paint it on and then the nail polish like cracks?
Yeah,
I
that was
knew
so
that was you. I was like,
fun.
somebody used to use that nail polish.
Oh
I
my
swear I thought that was
gosh!
you.
And I think,
But
there was another person. I don't know if it was Jacqueline or someone else used to do it too. And they used to have long
yeah.
nails and paint it. It was some quiet ass girl that we went to school with.
Hmm.
What was her
I can't
name?
think.
I can see her face, but I can't remember her name. I wish I had a yearbook. Dang, you just brought me
But
back. That
I'm
was
thinking that too
crazy.
when you said nail polish. I'm like, I don't know if it was you or I don't know who else it was. I was like, but somebody used to use that cracking
Yes,
damn nail
that shit was
polish.
so fun. But my nails were never long enough. So
Right,
like it
right.
just looked stupid because I always chew my nails to this
You have
day.
you. I don't even know if your fingers are still the same, but you had some little skinny fingers.
Do you want to
Your
see
fingers,
them?
you have some little skinny
I still
fingers,
have little finger hands. Like,
bruh.
girl, my
What the
hands have
heck?
not grown since
Oh
high
my
school.
god, you got those
They do
baby
not grow.
fingers,
You
bruh.
should see my feet.
It's like you
Let me
kept
not
your
turn the
baby,
Cowboys on.
bruh. Oh
Hey,
my
feet pics
gosh.
coming soon. No,
Right?
I'm just playing.
Okay. Subscribe. You know.
What is it called? Foot foot
Right. Okay.
photography. I need to
Send the
join that. My
money.
feet are cute.
Okay, you have like you have baby feet and baby fingers. I used to always like look at your fingers. I was like, your fingers are so like it's so babyish. I was like, it's too cute because they're little. I was like, man, what the heck?
They
But
probably like
anyways,
they probably grew like 5 centimeters and that's it since
not
we
5 centimeters.
moved.
5 centimeters is crazy.
Like really tiny
Man,
amount. Like I'm telling you, I still have little hands. Like look.
man,
Dude, my son
man,
is damn near almost the same size as me. Like this boy,
Lord.
hands big. He's about half. He's over half my height. Like he's up to my boobs already. Like he's grown. And he's
Really?
only 4. I'm a short shit.
Oh, he
It's
could be
fucking
tall.
crazy. It's fucking
How tall
crazy.
are you again?
5'1.5".
Oh, I'm taller than you.
Everybody's taller than me.
Man, oh, the only person I would say you're probably taller than in my family is probably my granny, because my granny, she's 4'11".
Okay, yes, but by the time I'm her age, I'm gonna be her height. You shrink.
Man, oh God. So then you're gonna be a short lady with baby fingers and baby toes. Yeah, pretty much. That's what you're gonna look like. A short lady with baby fingers and baby
No, like
toes.
I totally know my fingers are supposed to be longer than that because when they get cold, they
Right.
get like they look like old lady fingers, and I'm like, oh, I should have longer fingers than this then.
Like what's going on? I guess your fingers are catching up. It's taking a little
Ew.
minute. It's okay.
Girl, sorry, continue. We off my hands now.
Bro.
Hell nah.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay. So, all right. The 3 by 3 morning rule. I think I said that right. 30 grams of protein. I love protein. I really do. 3,000
Eggs.
steps. Jesus. 3,000 steps. I would say, if you have an Apple Watch, you don't even really need an Apple Watch. You can go on freaking Sheen or Amazon and get you one of them off-brand watches. I have one. It's not even Apple. It looks like it, but you'll
Bro,
never know.
remember the little clip-on step counters?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you put it on your waist or whatever. I
Hmm.
remember that. I totally forgot about
Man. Yes. If you want to track your steps, I think your phone could track your steps too, depending on which one. I know iPhones for sure, but I'm not sure if you have like a Galaxy or anything. I'm not sure. I can't say because I don't have one.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't use the health app because I ain't got
Yeah.
time for it to be scaring me.
Okay. Man, listen, they want to know every and anything. What's your social security number and all that? Like,
You
we're doing too much.
know.
And then a portion of water. So all of that combined, you do all that in the morning. 3,000 steps in the morning.
I don't think
First of
that's
all,
much. Go for like a mile walk. You know what I mean?
God,
Not
first
even
of
a mile
all,
walk.
I'm
But
still trying to
guys that are
process getting up.
active, they guys got hella energy. They need to take their ass outside.
I'm saying be up. Like sometimes I don't even go to sleep. I'll be, are you cool? I think I did that one time where I stayed up to like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I was like, am I okay?
Yeah, I
Like,
don't do my party days are over, baby. I don't do that no more.
man. And that's the thing, I wasn't even partying. I think I was playing my game and I was
Oof.
playing my game with one of my friends. So I was just like, I'm just like acting like, and then my mom came in the room. She was like, all right, I'm gonna go to work. I'm like, huh? I look at the time and what is it? 4:30 a.m. I'm like, oh, have a good
You
day.
should get
You know,
into you should get into gaming that like pays. No?
girl,
Is
I
that
don't play
harder than
games
it
like
sounds?
that.
Okay. I was gonna say it
I don't
sounds
know.
kind of hard now that I said it out loud.
No, it's not hard. It's just I don't play games like that. I would do it for fun though because I'll be seeing some wild stuff and I'll be playing. But no, I ain't no. I'm not no. I'm already just getting used to doing this. Even though I'm glad we don't have like this is not live, so nobody's watching us. But for sure, when we actually like was to get on live and do this, for sure, I'm gonna be like nervous. Like okay, people are just looking at us. We don't see these people but they see us, so it's just like it's nerve wracking. It is, but I wouldn't mind doing it for fun, just to
Girl,
see where
I
it'll
done
take
been
me.
on Facebook Live so much. I got it in the bag.
Mm-mm. I did it one time, and I
uh,
was like, "Why would you do that?"
I feel it. I feel
Okay, all right. And then the benefits of the 3-3 rule is it encourages daily habits instead of intense, unsustainable dieting. Yeah, that's true. And
it.
then
And
it
exercising
regular.
too.
Okay,
You don't want
and
to be
then
like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do a 3 hour workout once a week. You'll never do it.
man,
30
I
minutes
can't
every
do it.
day is more doable.
Okay. And you don't have to, be extravagant. If that's what you want to do, hey, I ain't, knocking
Yeah.
you for real. And then regular balanced meals reduce hunger spikes. So, try to, I guess, like, like you said, eat a heavy meal so you won't be waking up not too heavy, but be able to help you throughout the night to not be so hungry in the middle of the night. So
I say
eat
a
a
full
good
course
healthy
meal and a
meal.
dessert, you
Right.
know? Three, have
Yeah.
your two veggies and your meat, and then you have your little dessert after, and you call it quits. Now, when I have my dessert, I'm in bed after that, okay? Because I'm not gonna
Okay.
keep running back to the kitchen.
Man.
But I think it's definitely good to set rules for yourself. Um, I feel like all 3 points that we mentioned in the 333 wellness rule can be easily
Mm-hmm.
skipped during busy days, and I think it's like
Mm.
really important, and it's our responsibility to take care of ourselves when we become adults. We don't have that person reminding us, so if
Facts.
you need reminders, you got your phone. You've got sticky notes, you've got a calendar you can fill out. Be strict with yourself. You know what I mean?
For
That
real.
creates a lot of like that just creates a lot of positivity for yourself, a lot of
Mm.
self-control, a lot of self-discipline, to make sure that you're sticking to the guidelines that you set. Now, of course, you don't
Facts.
really have to follow these to a T, but create a wellness rule that that benefits you, that works for you, that you can attain no matter what. Um, and be proud of yourself, man. Be proud of
For
yourself.
real.
It's not always about weightlifting. There's a lot more to
Mm-hmm.
it. But with that being said, we also found some recommended dietary supplements that you can keep in mind when you are making your wellness plan. There's
Mm-hmm.
a lot of things that change as we get older, and that includes, that's for women and men, but this one
Mm-hmm.
is for men. So, Cowboys,
Ow.
that vitamin D, and you know what's crazy is they having kids, they want you to supplement them with vitamin D. So there is a lack of vitamin D in this world. Just know that. So now it's
Mm.
critical for men over 50. But like I said, apparently we be lacking vitamin D since the day we come out the womb. So
Ooh,
just
yeah.
keep that in mind. You can pretty much apply it at any age.
Mm.
But it helps maintain your bone strength, it boosts your immune functions, and potentially aids in testosterone production. Omega 3 fatty acids, like our previous episodes, fish oil, it supports your
Yeah.
cardiovascular health, your heart. It
Mm.
reduces inflammation. So I know a lot of men, suffer from aches and pains. Get your fish oil, baby.
Okay.
Um, and it's often deemed as essential due to the low consumption in typical diets. A lot of people don't eat fish. And a lot of people don't cook with fish oil or stuff like that. So just supplement at
Mm.
that point. If you don't want to, incorporate it into your nutritional diet, just supplement. Next is magnesium. So that aids in over 300 biochemical reactions, including muscle health, blood pressure regulation, and improved sleep. If you're struggling with
Mm.
sleep, get that magnesium. If you've got high blood pressure, get that magnesium. Stress leads
Okay.
to high blood pressure. Get that magnesium, man.
Magnesium.
Next
Yeah.
is zinc. Zinc is vital for maintaining healthy testosterone levels, nerve function, and metabolism. So if you feel like you're not processing your food as much and you're gaining a little weight, add a little zinc to your diet. I don't know anything about testosterone levels. So obviously, if you're being told by your doctor that they're low, get
Mm.
you some zinc. Multivitamins, of course. That's a broad, high quality formula. It can fill any nutritional gaps. Make sure you get the ones that work for what you're lacking. Um,
Mm.
and it's just for like, especially if you're not eating your vegetables and fruits, which are easily missed. Eat your veggies and fruits, like your mama used to tell you. But if not, get your multivitamin on. Lastly, is fiber. It's essential for heart health and
Mm.
digestion regulation,
Mm.
especially when you're older. So my grandpa actually just got out the hospital. He went into sepsis. And the
Oh my
first thing I looked
God.
up is the man needs more fiber. I said, okay, what's
Mm.
fiber high foods? All these things he ain't eating at the moment. So I'm over here like y'all need to change this man's diet because it's
Yeah.
it's easily avoidable. You just need to incorporate the right stuff into your diet. Fiber, come on, they got
Mm,
high fiber cereals. Just invest in yourself is really all I can say, Cowboys. Invest in yourself. Because as much as you want a woman to take care of you, we don't have all this shit on the top of our mind. We thinking
mm.
about our health and our children's health. So look after yourself, okay? It's
Okay.
important.
For
Or
real.
you're gonna regret it.
Is when he was in the hospital, they put him like on a diet in the hospital?
They had him on an IV and they probably gave him everything that he was lacking in.
Mm-hmm.
But they kept him overnight and stuff like that. But like it's scary because that was my so I was staying with him when I had my son. And
Mm-hmm.
girl, he ain't never had tacos. There was so
Mm.
much food that he never had. And I was like, that's so crazy.
Mm.
Which is fine. My grandma used to cook for him all the time and they had their favorite meals that they do, and
Mm.
he's like, oh, again, and all this and this. So I was like, I'm
Mm.
here. You paying for
Mm.
the groceries. Let's get you some good
Right.
food. So I
Mm.
definitely had broadened his nutritional
Horizon.
experience, but I left and and my he doesn't have a caregiver. His caregiver is my uncle. My uncle works and does not really care about anybody but himself. So
Okay.
a lot of TV dinners and sugar was my grandpa's diet before and after I left. So my biggest
Oh,
fear was this, but
like people
it's
who treat
sad, but
old
like
people mean.
yeah, and I expressed how I felt about it, and no one did anything, so I had to walk
Yeah.
away. I'm too much of a caring person to sit there and let that shit happen. So I walked away. I got my
Right.
own place now.
That's it's like that's like even though when I seeing old people like out at the grocery store, like really old people, and they be walking so slow. In my mind, I feel like, if you have grandkids, if you have kids that live close to you or around you, or you have, they're able to get to you, why are you letting your grandparents go to the store by themselves knowing that they're old? They can barely even move. I had seen an
I
old
mean,
lady walking with a hunchback, like literally crouching
they gotta
over.
live their life too. But I will
Yeah.
say, like, my grandpa don't even get out the house no more because it's too much
Mm.
for them to take him out. Like, no, if you're going to the grocery store, take his ass with you. It's the
Let me
fucking
get some
grocery store.
air.
I do not like this dude. There's a time where I went over to his house as a child, and him and my mom and all the adults got drunk, and this man poured beer on my face while I was sleeping on the couch.
Yeah, something wrong with him.
Yeah, I don't give a and he don't care. He speaks racially rude and all this, and it's like you are just one sick dude. So I ain't got no respect for him, and
I
I think
wouldn't
that
either.
he does not deserve any of anything that my grandpa leaves him. But he's on the wheel and he's going to stress the girls out to the point where they're like, just take the house, just take whatever. I don't want to deal with
Yeah,
you.
no.
That's
Yeah.
the type of man he is. He's weak.
Oh, he weak
But I'm not
minded at
trying to
that.
bash. That's the one motherfucker I'll bash on the internet because I can't stand
He need
him.
help.
Him and my between him and my daddy, they make my skin boy.
He either need help or he need to get his ass beat. Which one? I'm sorry. That
Both.
sound mean. That sound mean. I'm not trying to be mean, but that's what
Some
it
are
sound
lost
like.
causes. Some are lost causes. Like this
Yeah.
podcast episode is not for him, and and I don't
Yeah.
want any. I don't want to help him in any type of way. But for
Right.
everybody who's worth helping, hell yeah.
Right. That's true. Man, ooh, that just irritated me because what the fuck?
Bro, yeah,
I just
that brought
know,
me back.
I just know your grandpa is probably a really sweet man, and for him to be doing what he doing to your grandpa is sad as hell.
Bro,
I
my
don't like
grandpa
people
is the
like that.
sweetest.
I don't like people like
Hmm.
that because you know what you're doing is wrong, and you don't even care that you're doing it. You just want to make sure that you get what you need at the end of the day. So it's just like, ugh, it
I
rubs me the
call them
wrong
soul
way.
suckers.
Vampires. I knew they
Hmm.
existed. I knew it. I
Hmm.
knew it. All right. So for all our adults, I think it is very important to create a wellness plan for sure. I definitely want to do a wellness plan for myself with me having my health issues that I have. Especially as we get older, we definitely will need them because as you get older, your body is gonna start shutting down on you. So you kind of want to, make sure you're taking care of your body as you get older because you want to be able to still be able to function and do this and that during the day. Eat healthier. Healthy, I was going to say a healthy life, healthy wife, but that too, for real. And then now we're going to get to the nitty gritty topic of the Cowboys' mental health. So, both of the techniques that we did share earlier can also be applied to benefit your mental health. So, the stress management with the 7-7 rule. You can use the 7-7 rule as a calm down
Girl,
technique.
777.
7-7 rule is me. It's 7-7. It's the 7-7 rule because I'm only using two of them. I'm not gonna use all of them. Uh, so inhale for 7 seconds. I can't do that. See, I'm not. I
This
can
is for
only
the
use
this is
two.
for the Cowboys. We don't have
I'm
the
gonna try.
the capacity.
We just gonna look because you tried it the other day and almost
I
bypassed.
can't, bro. I can inhale for here. Tell them it, and then we can digest.
Bruh, man, look at this trying to do it. Okay, so inhale for 7 seconds, hold it for 7 seconds, and exhale for 7 seconds. That sounds like a lot during like doing that.
Let's try.
So okay, so
Ready?
inhale.
Inhale. I got the three,
Still there about to pass out. Like,
and I'm
yeah,
about to cough. I'm
you
supposed to hold
gotta
it after
like
that. I got asthma. I'm blaming asthma.
man, you gotta sit there and just keep sucking in air for 7 seconds. I can't do that. Damn, I'm about that's like drowning or something. Exhale for 7 seconds. I can do that. And then hold it like yeah, I can hold it for
No.
seven. Yeah, that's what I said. 7-7. I'm only using two of them. I'm not using the first one. Man, I
Oh,
can't.
oh, it's soft. It's okay. I was breathing in too hard. You gotta go slow.
Oh my God.
I still can't fucking do it. Like five.
Still sitting there like, yo. Sitting there just
I
no,
can't
you
do
gotta
it.
it's so hard. Like,
All right, so
damn.
obviously pick the seconds you can do. Don't go passing
Okay.
out trying to calm
Listen.
down.
Listen. We didn't warn you. Do do whatever you can get to. If you pass out, that's your fault.
Bro, I'm about to pass out. That shit was
Okay?
hard.
Hell no. Don't blame us.
I'm
Not our
tired. You
fault.
done made me tired trying to do some breathing.
Listen, you did yoga, meditation. That's what we do. That's what our freaking our
Yes.
that's what our, stress management is. It's freaking doing
Meditating and
yoga, yeah, meditating,
yoga,
yoga, Pilates, and all that. I
grounding.
never
I
thought of
love
that until
grounding.
now. I never thought about that until
But
now.
dudes got big ass nostrils, so they can definitely fucking inhale for 7 seconds.
Bruh, why would you say that?
Because it's true.
Bruh. Like, what the heck? Like, I was not expecting it.
But
Like,
I
damn.
like the technique, the breathing work technique.
Yeah.
I think that you can apply it to yourself, how you need to. And I even think you could
Mm-hmm.
teach your kids. That's a good technique to teach kids too.
Okay. It definitely is. Oh my
See, look,
God. Don't die over there. Jesus.
I might try to do some damn shit
Man.
men can do.
Okay.
I'm
Hold
not
your
a
hands up.
man.
Hold your hands up. That's what mine used to say.
Oh,
Start coughing. Hold your hands up.
yes, that's a good one. Also, like when you're having like breathing hard time breathing, if you do this and then you
Uh-huh.
lean forward and put between your
Mm.
knees, that was something I learned about my asthma for sure. Um,
I learned that in school.
see, y'all maybe tired trying to do the breath work here. But okay,
Man.
next is another 333 rule, but it's for anxiety instead of wellness.
Yeah.
So this one is for your mental health, obviously. So, oh, we tried it and it freaking worked for me. I don't know about everybody else, but basically, when you are like having an anxiety attack or you're just so worked up in your emotions, um,
Mm.
name three objects. Okay, three objects that you see, three sounds that you hear in your environment, and then move three body parts. This helps you ground during moments of anxiety. I got to give it to it. It distracts you so fast. It's like when you have an anxiety attack, they say drink some pop, some bubbly pop, but this is better for you. This is more healthy for you. And then it realigns your mental so you're not going right back to what you were stressing about versus you
Mm-hmm.
drink a pop and you're right back to stressing when the bubbly's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Also, and then I know like guys probably aren't big on this, but it'll really help is journaling and self-reflection. When you're writing down your thoughts and your feelings, it'll help you process your emotions, and then you can track your healing process. Okay, the last time I felt this way, how, how did it, what did I write down? What worked to help me get off of it, off that feeling?
Right.
And if it didn't work, then to try something else instead of continuing to try something that doesn't work for you.
Right. We should go ahead and give them an example of what it is. Of like,
What do you mean?
like how we did it the other day.
How
The
did we do
name of
it
the
the other
three
day?
objects, the three sounds, and then the three body parts. So
Okay, yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. All right.
yeah,
So I've got my drink.
period.
I've got ooh, promo time. I've got the city cow. Oh, come on. I've got the city cowboy hat.
Period.
Okay. And I got my printer over there. Now what do I hear?
Period.
Hold
Three
on.
sounds.
I hear the air conditioning blowing.
Period.
I hear some birds tweeting outside. And I hear my
Mm.
girl Shay Shay on the podcast. Okay. Now I'm gonna move three different body parts. I'm gonna move my hands. I'm gonna move my arms, and I'll move my feet. Okay. Now, what was I mad about? I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't know. But
know.
it literally like it makes you focus on the most random
It
stuff
does.
so that you can
It does.
forget what the hell you're stressing about.
It really
Um,
does.
and then then journaling and stuff. Just write down your thoughts and feelings. Say, okay, this happened to me. This was my initial thought. This is how it made
Mm.
me feel.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is what I did
Mm-hmm.
to regulate myself. Did it work?
Thanks.
Yes. Did it work? No. And then you know what you can do differently the next time you journal your feelings and you're feeling those feelings.
Thanks. I do know that journaling can really help with getting your emotions out as well as like walking like paths and stuff. So if you ever see like a walking trail, walk that or just walking period. Like you don't have to specifically find a trail, just walk. And it help clears your mind because I do it sometimes when I need a breather from, being with helping my girl dog take care of her babies. I know sometimes it can be a lot, so it's just sometimes I just need to go for a walk, go to a store, or just go do something to get outside and get some air and just clear my mind, from being stressed out. And it is it's like a 30 minutes of exercise. Just do that every day. It helps with your mental. And even if you don't even for a mental, if you just want to go for a walk for 30 minutes just to do it, just do it. You don't have to specifically have a reason to walk. Just walk.
And
That's
that
all.
benefits that 333 rule I just mentioned for your
Mhm.
anxiety. You'll be able to get
Mhm.
out there and, point out three things you see, three things you sound,
Mhm.
and you're already moving your body. So you
Right.
won't look so goofy.
Okay.
For my
Man.
kids, I try like, everybody stop, throw on a song, now
Mm.
dance.
I'm
Now it's not,
screaming.
it doesn't always work, and I don't do it all the time. But
Right.
you know what I mean? There's definitely so many different ways to incorporate these techniques
Mhm.
100%.
That's
Now, if
true.
there are any cowboys out there that want to
Oh
share
no.
some supporting tips and wellness routines to the topics we shared today, we definitely encourage you to comment, email, DM us. We'll post it on our blog, and we'll cover it in our next podcast. I do want to take the moment to let the Cowboys, know that our boys um, fashion line is up and running. You can see it at citycow.world. They got some fire stuff, and they are not done creating greatness. Like, they got a whole plan coming.
Mm.
And you can also click the link in our about page in citykowgirl.boutique.com's about page. Scroll all the way down, and there's a little tab that says City Cow World. Go ahead and
Mm.
click that. You'll get all your City Cow World stuff. I don't know if they've got City Cowboy gear on there, but they definitely have a lot to select from. Girl, there's this cute ass purple bag that I want, and it's unisex. So I'm like, yeah, order me that.
Okay.
And
Okay.
they're they I think they plan on dropping more stuff. Um,
Right.
but they're the ones that contributed to our City Cheetah Couture. They gave us
Okay.
that graphic, and so I
Mm-hmm.
definitely want y'all to go check it out because we were getting a lot of questions about is there a boys line? Is there a boys line? Yes,
Mm-hmm.
there is a men's line,
Right.
and we're really
I'm gonna
excited
leave y'all
about
out.
it. Go ahead and spend your
Okay.
money there, and then buy your girl stuff on the buy your girl stuff on the citycowgirlboutique.com.
Okay. Oh my God. Well, we hope everyone enjoyed our cowboy, health episode today. Hopefully, this episode helps a lot of men, be more expressive and, feel like you've been heard.
Yeah,
I want a lot of men to know, we do hear you. And if you're not heard, we do want to listen, For me, I do want to listen because I don't like when it's like if I know I'm very big on energy. So it's like if I know something's wrong and I want you to be expressive, like let me know what's wrong so I can feel like, I don't want to feel like I just don't know. Like I don't like guessing. Like I want to hear you. Like I want you to feel like you can talk to me. I'm not gonna judge you. I'm not a judgmental person. Okay. I tell you, I'm not gonna judge you. We all going through shit. So I'm not gonna look at you as weak either. You're not weak. You're human. You can express yourself,
yeah. And
For
this
real.
episode's not just for the Cowboys; it's for the Cowgirls too that have the
Okay.
Cowboys. We want to look after our men.
Mm-hmm.
They have a hard time too, and they deserve our
Mm-hmm.
attention and our support. So,
Mm-hmm.
if you notice your man going through some of the stress, some of this, suggest some of these things to them. They might work, they might not, but hey, you got to
Mm-hmm.
start somewhere. Support is
Okay.
is vital for everyone.
Facts.
Now, you can
Right.
continue to tune into our podcast and support us. Check out our boutique at
Mm-hmm.
citycowgirlboutique.com. Seriously, check out the boutique, baby. Okay, we need sales to keep this podcast going.
Yeah.
Okay, we getting the views on our website, but we ain't getting the sales yet. So come on, come on, come on.
Right.
Okay. To get the updates on our podcast and our latest episodes, go ahead and click the City Cowgirl podcast tab. We're also going to be adding a blog tab if we have not already. And then don't forget to follow us on Instagram. My Instagram is at the city cowgirl _ Mizzarella,
Mm-hmm.
MIZZIRELLA. Her Instagram is at Lachey _29. That's
Yeah.
LASHEA. And our boutique page is citycowgirl.boutique. I
Yeah.
feel like we did good, girl.
I
I
do.
felt like we hopped off topic a little bit, but shoot,
Right.
it's the
It's cool.
first time for we're doing it, supporting
Right.
the other sex. I'm a girl's girl, so this was my first time trying to support men.
Yeah, we try. We try.
We try. But
Yeah.
okay, until next time, City
Yeah.
Cowgirls and the Cowboys, stay tuned and stay
Stay
wild.
wild.
We are going to let this carry out with my son's song because I love him so
Okay.
much.
Period.
All right, let's get it going.
I don't know what this beat reminds me of though.
That's my baby, y'all.
Bro, he is too cute. His little voice. He is so cute.